Hello everyone, this is Ian as a gamer bringing you a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay of Kill Confirmed on Mission. Now, first I want to say that this is my first commentary and I've never really done this before, so I'm hoping that all of you will subscribe to my channel and share this video with other people so my videos can get there. Now, next is what I want to talk about is me. I play Xbox quite a lot. And now, I've been playing video games for basically all of my life, since I was really young, starting back out on the Sega Genesis and whatnot, and just kind of advanced along with the generations. But typically right now, I've been playing Modern Warfare 3 lately, so you'll be seeing a lot of gameplay with that, as I just got a capture card I bought off of my friend. Now, there's been a lot of stuff I've had in my online vault that I've been saving up until this point, so some of the gameplay I'll be posting will be fairly old, but this one is not that long ago. It was back when 15th Prestige was the highest level before they added the last 5 up to 20th. So, now what I want to talk about is this gameplay. Now, this is probably one of the best games I've ever had on this game so far, being that I got 2 MOABs just by myself in one game, and it being kill confirmed. Now, the team I was playing with is my one friend I know through school and a couple of his other friends that they're all in a clan together. So we had a team of 5, and then there's the one random slot for some random noob to join. But basically, as you'll see throughout the game, we're like collecting tags and just dominating everyone. And then up towards the end, we really just focused on slowing the countdown, of course, because I was getting close to the second one. And MOABs, when I first heard about them in the game, I thought they were going to be the most impossible things to get, because nothing counts towards them except for just all of your gun kills you get normally. No helicopters or kill streaks or anything count towards it. And back in Modern Warfare 2 with the nuke, I hardly had any. I had maybe a total of 17, maybe 18, and I was actually pretty good at that game. I've been pretty good at almost all the Call of Duties, except for COD 4, which was my first one. But anyway, this game, I was really surprised at how easy it was. Now, I really think it all is because of the specialist kill streaks, which is by far my most favorite addition to the game, seeing that once I get my specialist bonus, I'm just unstoppable. But as a total count of MOABs, I think at this point in time, I have 142 of them, which to some people, that's like really impressive, and it's like they'd never imagine getting that many in their entire life. To me, I'm like, it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's a big number, but I don't think it's that hard to get, seeing that I get them like all the time. And I really don't think they're that hard at all. I mean, just watching me play and looking back on old clips, I really make it look pretty simple. So, right here is where I get the MOAB and call it in and just absolutely dominate the crap out of their team. And as you'll see with many of the gameplays I'll be doing later, my favorite gun to go for MOABs with is the MK14. The thing I think I love the most about the MK14 is its power. It's basically a 2 or 3 shot kill when you're playing core, or it could even be a 1-shot kill if you're aiming straight at their head and get a headshot. Which typically with the combination I'll use on the gun, red dot and silencer, sometimes the kick on the gun as I'm shooting will kind of go up, and sometimes I'll get the headshots on them and make it real easy, as you'll see a lot of the time when I play. But I really have always liked single shot weapons since World at Wars, where I really found that I had a really fast trigger finger, so single shot weapons have always been good for me because I've always been able to shoot extremely fast, and typically in like World at War and other games, I've always been able to shoot faster than like people with modded controllers did. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was my playstyle. Now, typically, I used to, in Modern Warfare 2 and even in Black Ops, I used to just rush everything and run and gun and everything, but This game, I've sort of changed it a little bit. I mean, I don't really rush in that much anymore and just run around dying. I typically play, I would consider more defensively. I mean, I'm not camping in the corner like some people do, which that extremely frustrates me. But as you'll notice, there'll be just a certain like half of the map I'll pick, and I'll just stick to that part of the map and sort of move in a search pattern. And really, that's how I just get the MOABs and stuff. I mean, for each map that I know they're really good at, I'll just pick a certain area that I know is a really good spot to hold out with good sight lines and stuff. And as you've probably noticed with Mission, I like to stay on this one side of the map. When I'm playing Domination, it's a really good side of the map to be on, because when I'm up at the top of the map and the enemy team has C, I can easily move straight down that sight line and easily pick off anyone coming from their spawn or trying to come up the hill after me. And then if they have A, I can always run up the hill and try and shoot people running up the opposite hill on the other side. And it's overall a really good strategy I've figured out. And for basically every map, I have my own sort of strategy and play style I'll stick to. And now, what I usually use on every single one of my classes, except for my sniper class, which I don't really use even that much, I don't snipe that well, but I use specialist on just about every single class I have. And usually the pattern I'll always use for my streak setup is I always start off with sleight of hand, quick draw, and assassin. Now sometimes I'll swap like sleight of hand and quick draw depending on which gun I'm using, but then those are the streaks I use. And for my base perks I use, typically I'll start off with scavenger, do hardline, and then either stalker or marksman depending on the gun it is. And usually if I'm using either the MK14 or the ACR, I'll use marksman. But just about any other gun I'll use stalker with, just because it's easier to aim with, and I feel like the ACR and MK14 are longer range rifles and easier to shoot. And right here is where I got the second MOAB. But I got really sad here because since I had Specialist and Assassin Pro, I forgot that there was the EMP, so I wasn't able to use it. But thank God that the team I was playing with actually listened to me and actually tried to not grab any tags. So we actually held it off until the very end of the game, until there was like one tag left to grab, and I was able to call it in, as you'll see coming up later. And I know it would have not been possible if there were more of the random people on the team, as I call them, because usually I really just don't like playing with random people at all that I don't know, because when I want the games to last longer so I can get like more kills or whatever for like challenges and stuff I'm trying to do, they usually just either really suck and we just do terribly awful, or then they just end up going for the objective so much we end up shutting out the other team and the games go by really fast. So I really enjoy when I have a team like this and we can easily extend the game's time to like the full extent so I can do whatever I want. And so as you'll see, I've been just sitting here in the little house being very impatient trying to call in this MOAB, and finally the EMP is gone, so I get to call it in now and just start spraying randomly with my MK14 until the game ends. So this video is wrapping up now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my first commentary. I know I'm not really good at this right now, but I'm still trying to get familiar with like my software and stuff like that. So please like, favorite, and subscribe. Peace.